Hey, Ocean here. I want to talk about Getaways and The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits. This video is presented to you by the EA Creator Network, and this is early access. Nothing is final, but I definitely want to show you probably one of the biggest features in this pack. Here's my version of Bob and Eliza Pancakes, and Bob wants to run a bed and breakfast. So from your phone, you can click travel. You can plan a fitness retreat, a getaway, a romantic competition, and an outdoors kids camp. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. When you hear the word getaway, you automatically think of a vacation, but that can mean a romantic competition, a bed and breakfast, a senior living community, and if you're feeling adventurous, even a hotel, and I'll explain more of that later. But you can also apply these rules to your getaway, which brings new gameplay for you essentially. However, you're not really getting away all the time. You can actually throw a getaway and send your children to their grandparents' house and schedule what they'll be doing and everything like that. So we're going to get into that in this video and all the different ways you can use this feature. But because I want to keep it simple and I want to show you how you can earn money from your getaway, let's use the Pancake Residence. And for 2 nights, I have our getaway set to 2 nights. That is why you see Saturday and Monday grayed out. So Friday and Saturday night, the guests would then leave Sunday. So I just have these 4 days designated for my getaway, if that makes sense. Like if I choose 4 nights, then you can see here that it adds the additional Tuesday and Wednesday. If that doesn't make sense, you'll see how it works when I actually go into game. But I just kind of want reoccurring guests going through. And then the end time, I'm going to say that these guests have to check out at 11 a.m. And here you can see it says earnings, blank simoleons times days equals 0 simoleons. This will change when we finish setting up our getaway. Now let's set a schedule. Thankfully, we are choosing to run a bed and breakfast, and there's already a schedule assigned for that. So I'm going to select that, but we are going to change it up. The good thing is, like the other examples I showed you, if I wanted to change this, I can set it to grandma's weekend and edit it and everything. But anyway, we're just going to set the cozy bed and breakfast. Let's go back there. We'll do pancakes, bed, and breakfast. There we go. This feature is extremely detailed, so bear with me. I'm going to edit these existing roles before I create another role. Roles are just what a certain sim is going to do while they are there. If you have the Sims for businesses and hobbies, then you know you're kind of familiar with how this works. But basically, say I want a janitor, okay, and they have to be an elder. I don't mean to stereotype. I'm just trying to show you how this will work. And I want them to clean, and I also want them to fix objects. I can save as a new role, and I can assign that to someone. If I click on this, say I want, it's going to pull up some elders for me, Dennis to be the janitor for our establishment. Then that means whenever I want to assign him in a janitor, assign him in the role where I want him to be cleaning, he will be doing that. Let's delete this custom role here. All right, so I'm just going to leave that there just to show you how to create a role, and then I'll show you how we use it on the other side. Bear with me. All right, let's click on guest. I know you're thinking, why is Bob a guest? Yeah, it's automatically going to do that because your sim has to be a part of your getaway in some way, shape, or form, but we are going to be the staff, the host, if you will. So take Eliza and Bob out. I think I want to have my sim Adonis come to our thing, also Agora, and then let's throw in my other sim that I made, Dana. And you know what? Let's add an elder in there, Frida. I can have, 6 maximum. I think, you know what? I'm looking at everyone. Oh, no, you know what? Frida, sorry, I want Rahil to come here. And sorry, Summer, you're out. We can also invite that new bird, Pruella Premier. Why not? All right, so you can also change the amount of Sims. If you only want, I only want 4 Sims to visit at a time. You can do that. In fact, I think I may have to lower it down to 4 because I don't think I have enough beds for all of them. So I'll just go ahead and do that. We'll take you out, Pruella. Sorry. So these are the guests. And their role criteria, you can change that as well. The Sims that are going to spawn for you. I don't want teens at my bed and breakfast, I'm sorry. But if you wanted to invite children and everything, this is how you would run your hotel. Bed and breakfast is no different than a hotel to me. It's like the same thing, honestly. And then you can also customize the other role criteria, what the Sims have to qualify to be in order to stay here. Some activities for the Sims to do will be listed here. Now, this gets kind of redundant because you can assign what you want your Sims to do. So you could leave this completely blank if you want to. You don't have to fill that in at all. But you can also customize their everyday attire. So say for a female adult Sims, I want everyone to be wearing some nice fancy robes for the bed and breakfast. You can absolutely do that as well, which, maybe we could do that. Everyone could wear robes and fuzzy bunny slippers. Like, I don't see a problem with that. Or they don't have to do any of this at all. Like, you don't have to customize it like this at all. And then we'll go back to our getaways. And I think I'm going to assign the same thing for the male adult outfits. Love this feature because if you are playing some sort of camp role or you have some campgrounds or whatever, then it would be really, really cool if you could have your child Sims all wearing the same thing. So I'm just going to dress the Sims in robes. So while they're here, they're going to be dressed in these outfits. And of course, you can change it by style and category. Lots of customization here. Going back to the guests, there is something I do want to assign as far as their activities. I want them to just have free time. Now, mind you, this is not going to affect the schedule. I can take this off at any time, but I do, for the most part, want their activities to always have free time. And I'll get more into that in like 1 second. I feel like I'm explaining so much because it's such a complicated system, but it's easy, I promise. As far as host, we do not need Travis Scott as a host. We're going to have Bob and Eliza as the host. So Bob and Eliza are the host. And here we have activities they can do: be friendly, cook, tend the bar, tend the garden, and then also clean. And check it out. We have a staff category. This is a role that is already placed in here, but Bob and Eliza, they got it. I'm going to delete this role because we don't necessarily need it, but I am going to keep my janitor role. And if I click this button, it will be saved to the role library. So if I click that, then when I go to the role library, you will then see the janitor role that I just made right here, but my name is blocking it. It's right here. So if you create a role, you can go ahead and just choose it from here so that you're not creating them over and over and over again. And all you're doing is just choosing a sim, or it will spawn a sim for you. So if I want a chef here, well, not amateur chef. If I want a comedian here, I can go ahead and assign the roles to the schedule. And if I keep it blank, any sim is just going to spawn here. But yeah, we don't need to do that. We don't need a comedian. I want it real chill, but we will have our janitor here helping us clean out around the house. But we have all of these roles that your Sims can do. We even have teacher. What? Teacher? What are they going to do? Care and mentor the children, care for infants and toddlers, kind of like businesses and hobbies, right? What makes it different? You're about to see why. And now my favorite part, time for the scheduling. And yes, Sims will follow the schedule. The main thing I want everyone to do at 7 a.m. is have breakfast. Now, if I wanted everyone to get up and take a shower, I can do that as well. So I think what I'm going to do is have everyone have breakfast, of course. Start that at 7 sharp on the dot. Actually, no. Yeah, let's start it at 7 on the dot. Now for the guest, I'm going to delete the free time. I don't want them having free time. I do want them eating. So I'm just going to put eat. And during this time, they could even socialize and everything if they'd like, use their autonomy, but I'm just going to keep it as them eating. That's it. And then our host is going to serve a meal. So they will already know to serve a meal. If I want, I can add the role of the janitor to just do a little morning clean, or I can go to the role library and add, a different role. But right now I'm just adding the roles that we have. Our guest, host, and janitor are where I'm going to be placing roles at because I don't want to overcomplicate it, right? So at 7 a.m., everyone's going to have breakfast. Bob and Eliza will cook food, and you can also add cook, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do serve meal because they're going to make group meals, and that's what I want them to do. Because if you just do cook, they could make like one thing, and I don't want that. Another thing I'm going to add for the guests, though, I just thought about it, is I do want them to drink coffee or tea, whatever they favor, they can go ahead and grab a little coffee and tea. And those are the roles and times that they'll be doing breakfast. So let's do a recap. At 7 a.m., we are having breakfast. The guests will eat, drink coffee, and drink tea. Bob and Eliza, the host, will serve them food, and the janitor will do a little morning clean and fix the coffee maker if it needs fixing. I do want them to squeeze in time for a shower, which I'm going to set at 4. Now, I would love to have set this at 6 o'clock, but the times between the slots have to at least be 3 hours apart. So I have to set it to 4. Is that confusing? I know that 6 a.m. they could get a shower in, and by 7 a.m. they could have breakfast, but that's not realistic in The Sims 4. You can't have 8 Sims all in the shower, you know. You need that 3-hour difference. This is simulation gaming. So from 7, 8, 9, 10, that's when the next activity starts. I noticed that it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. where we have dinner, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's still more than 3 hours apart, if you feel me. So the scheduling has to at least be 3 hours apart. And that is, from my understanding, because you do need that extra threshold between time, especially with all of these Sims. So we're setting the showers at 4, which is great. Get on up and take a shower. So I'm going to have them do that. And I will set the bathing and the shower so they know, yeah, bathing, shower, perfect. The host, we don't have to do anything. I just want to make sure my guests aren't funky. I can control Bob and Eliza. So at 4 a.m., they will be focusing on taking a shower. Mind you, Bob and Eliza can control themselves, but if I delete their role in this activity, it will say that a time slot is missing a valid household sim. That is because one of your household sims have to at least be doing something around this time. So I'm going to have the host just kind of being friendly, saying, good morning, hey, how's it going? Whatever. The host honestly can just have free time. It doesn't matter. They're just up at 10 a.m. Granted, I know this is a bed and breakfast, but I want everyone to work out at this time. So the guests, I'm going to have them lifting some free weights. And then we're also going to be friendly. Anything that's just, let's see. Maybe they can even, they're just going to work out, lift the free weights. I just want them doing some kind of like physical thing. Here's what we have so far. We have the 10 a.m. workout, 1 p.m. we're going to have lunch. And then at 5 p.m., that's when we can go ahead and have some dinner. So we are going to make sure that we have dinner. The guests are going to make sure that they eat. And I really don't think you have to add eat because they know they're having dinner, but I'm just doing this just in case. Just in case. And then let's make sure that we have Bob and Eliza serve a nice meal, and we will also be friendly, be funny, same as the guests. We'll have some dinner there. After having dinner, I want at 8 p.m., I want all of the Sims to mix and mingle. Sims will bond, cuddle, and try to build a romantic relationship. Am I being a little frisky for that? What kind of bed and breakfast is this, right? But I kind of want to see these romantic notes here. So the guests are probably going to, can they use the hot tub? Yes, they'll do the hot tub. They'll be flirty. They'll be friendly. And then, I just want to see. Let's, cause mischief and mayhem, build social skills. Let's see, anything else? Oh, we could play cards. I have the table as well. And while the guests do that, Bob and Eliza are going to be friendly, and they're also just going to tend the bar and watch everyone have a good time. Here is the schedule so far. It's jam-packed, right? And at 11 p.m., we are going to sleep, and I need the host to sleep as well. But the only person that's not going to sleep is going to be the janitor, who's going to spend that time kind of cleaning up after us, unfortunately. And there we go. We have all of our times and what the Sims will be doing. I didn't want to overcomplicate it, but you can see with the options that you have, how this feature is not just to get away. It's not just to have a vacation or have a summer camp. You can manipulate it into whatever you want. I saved this preset. So we do have the pancakes bed and breakfast if we ever have to resort back to it. And I want to have this schedule for another bed and breakfast that I'm doing. Then we can go to selected rules. Now that we are out of the headache called scheduling, we can now select a rule just to spice up that gameplay. For example, love is in the air, romance is blooming fast. Sims build romantic relationships faster with this rule and lose relationships slower than usual. I'm going to do this because I think I have a lot of single Sims that'll be here, and I want that just for the guests. The host and the janitor, you know what? Let's throw the janitor in there. Hey, you never know. He might meet the love of his life here one day, okay? I have some elders coming through the bed and breakfast. But as you can see, the host doesn't have to be a part of this. They can just watch and see what happens. You can also add no strings attached so that Sims won't feel jealous here. So if we do have some married Sims here, whatever the case may be, I'm going to have this apply to the guest only because I know that our janitor is not married or anything. There's no strings attached. Whatever happens at the getaway stays at the getaway. And then you can also have a child skills elimination, a cooking skills elimination. This is where you can bring a cooking competition. There's so many LPs that I see here. Love Island, a Hell's Kitchen, things like that I've seen us try to do, but we've had to narrate and manipulate the game to do so. And now we can actually do it. Hunger Games, let's go. Player choice elimination. The choice is yours. Each day you can choose a sim to eliminate from the getaway. So this is just to make your getaways even cooler. You even have the hardcore mode. Comfort is a luxury. Needs like hunger, energy, and hygiene will decrease more quickly than usual. There are so many challenges that are going to come out when this comes out. It's going to be so crazy. Now that we establish our rules, now you see that in our earnings category, it says 565 simoleons times the total of days. That is 1,130 simoleons that I will be earning from our bed and breakfast. Getaway is starting now. Are you ready to start this getaway now? Yes, we are. And here we go. We're starting it right now. I do want to let you know, it says that this lot does not have enough beds for all scheduled sims in this getaway. If this getaway includes an overnight stay, make sure to place enough beds from build mode to ensure every sim has a place to sleep. I have 4 guests. I don't see how they can't sleep here considering this is... Like, let me just make sure this is Eliza and Bob's beds. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have enough beds. Let's assign them. So Adonis, you can sleep here. And where's Dana? I don't see Dana here yet. I wonder if they're counting the janitor. They might be. Rahil, you can sleep here. And then let's see. We'll choose Agora with the big room over there. Hey, I thought I had one more person. I don't see Dana. Yes, there she goes. All right. Our bed and breakfast is now starting. Ooh, I'm so excited. Hi, welcome to my home, everyone. And we already had breakfast because it's now 10 a.m. So you can see we had made some pinchos. Y'all are very late. For some reason, Dennis decided to make some mac and cheese, but Eliza was trying so hard to hurry up and make some breakfast, but it's already 10 a.m. So we're on to the next thing. We're on to the next event. I will say, if you want to plan this out as opposed to doing it the way I did, you can do this via calendar, which is a great way to also do this if you want to do this ahead of time. You can choose the time you actually want to start your getaway at 8 a.m. as opposed to starting right now. Same thing, same setup, but you can set it up from the calendar, which I really love. All right, so we're supposed to work out, and for some reason he decides that he wants to grill. I'm going to turn this off and see what he does. Let's check in on our guests. So our guests are going down here. They are working out. Rahil is down here. Dana and Adonis, they're lifting the free weights. They are actually working out, which is awesome. Bob has a fitness skill. Okay. All of our guests are working out. It's okay, y'all got this. I did want the guests to work out. Now, as far as the hosts, I wanted them to teach some mentor fitness. I'm sorry. I wanted them to mentor fitness, clean, be friendly. Did I cheat up his fitness? Oh, I didn't. Bob doesn't really have a high fitness skill, so he can't mentor them. I'm sorry. That's my oopsies. That's my bad. But I forgot. He's more so a chef than a fitness instructor. But they're just chilling right now. You know, there's nothing really to clean except for all this food. But technically, that's like putting stuff away, not cleaning. So they're just chilling, hanging out, being friendly with each other. And then, yeah, Eliza's just over here. So I can't wait to see what they do for lunch. Again, they are still working out. I feel bad. It is a good idea to interact with your guests. Same thing with the business. It's good to interact with them, high relationships, better, just a better overall experience. Let's enthuse about our getaway. It is very important to gain a relationship with our Sims that we are having in our getaway. We even have a getaway option in our new pie menu here where you can ask Adonis to clean, promise an unforgettable experience, form a friendly clique. This is more so for your romantic competitions and X, Y, and Z. Drop a hint about tipping, check on Adonis, ask Sims to try to get along, ask Adonis to leave the getaway. Some of these features aren't applicable to our bed and breakfast. I really don't need to make an alliance with anyone or anything like that. This is not a competition. But I do want to show you that. And we can call our getaway Sims inside, which is perfect because if you are in an outdoor setting, if all of your Sims are kayaking and you're like, hey, I want you all like in the house now because in an hour we're going to eat dinner, that's perfect. The perfect option to do so. So let's go ahead and go to, and our getaway earnings. We earned 566 simoleons. All right, a getaway earned your 565 simoleons from the previous day. Earnings are based on lot value and the number of non-household Sims attending the getaway. We have a total of 5 Sims. Keep in mind, guests who feel well cared for and socially connected are more likely to leave you a tip. So that's one day we got 565 simoleons. So the next day we'll probably get another 565 simoleons unless we really impress them and they decide to tip us. But their getaway ends tomorrow. So we'll see what we do, what we make. I think working out from 10 to 1 is a little excessive for my Sims. I feel really bad about that, actually. There isn't much to do here but work out and use the hot tub. If you want to check out more of my my content, why is everyone giving us money? She just gave us a tip. He gave us a tip too. That's what that envelope was. 100 simoleons. Tip. Hooray. Sims who tip are the best Sims, and Eliza's feeling extra appreciated and a little bit richer. Yo, that is awesome. I'm sorry, that was my first time being tipped. I mean, I saw it. I saw that they could tip, but I didn't know that's what that envelope was for. But yeah, there's not a lot we can do here. Like I put in a new hot tub, but I didn't want to overwhelm with new features and like go kayaking and everything because the rest of my gameplay on my channel from early access shows that. I just wanted to show you how to use it in your regular gameplay. So I really hope they enjoy the experience here. It is time for lunch now, so they're going to stop doing what they're doing. I'm just going to see what they do. I want to see how smart are you really. Yes, Bob is going to go out and grill chicken. These Sims are smart, y'all. The getaway system has made it so that, you know what, unlike businesses and hobbies where you do want certain Sims in a certain role, these Sims are going to follow and do what you ask. They're like, oh, you want me to make, okay, I'm making food. Okay, great. Oh, and she is helping to clean. That is not a part of the getaway, but thanks, babe. But now Eliza's cleaning as well. Now I will say our guest is also cooking. The main idea is to have lunch. And what I did was add quick snacks and free time and being friendly. And the reason why I did that, which is why Rahil got a little thing of yogurt, is because, you know, if they want to make their own food, go for it. But I do want them to have lunch. So I am seeing now that they actually follow what I asked them to do so well that they're now doing the most. I should have just, this is what I should have edited to. Just a thought. Maybe instead of have lunch, the main activity is to eat. And they stand around like, what can we eat? What can we eat? I don't know if they'll still grab anything. Yeah, see, they'll consume food and they'll grab a snack or serving from the refrigerator. So they won't cook it. But as you can see here, because I said have lunch, yeah. So I think I should edit this for dinner. This is a learning experience for both of us. I hope it's not too confusing. I just really want to show y'all how this was going to work. All right, let's make sure that we just edit it for dinner so that we can see how that goes as well. So yeah, they'll eat and then we're going to serve a meal. Great, and be friendly. All right. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, they're also cooking food because I set the main activity, have lunch, which means they will also provide for themselves. Now y'all are using up all these groceries. I'm going to need you all to chill out a little bit. They're using a little bit too much of the groceries here, but I'm happy. I love it. So let's enthuse about the getaways. Oh, we can learn about some Gibby Point stuff, but we're in Willow Creek now. So this is just regular stuff. We're getting to know our guests, and I know it says no jealousy, but Bob sure is eyeing. He's like, Eliza, you better not flirt with Rahil now. No, we're not. We have a great marriage in this save, actually. Oh, compliment. Oh no, I did not mean to compliment his appearance. Oh my goodness. All right, share photos. Sure, why not? I'm just clicking on stuff. I want to get to know them, you know. Why is Bob calling? Sometimes it seems like you just sprang up out of nowhere. We've never discussed your childhood before. What sorts of things inspired you when you were a kid? Babe, is this really the time to talk about this? We are face to face right now. I do love this though, because it's very applicable to The Sims Where Adventure Awaits. This is obviously a new prompt because of this pact. We can recall a lost formative moment. Formative moments is a feature that comes with child Sims where they can be inspired by certain things that actually shape their childhood and transform them as adults, I guess you could say. So, you know, that's kind of where that's coming from. So because he asked me about my childhood, I can actually think about it again. And hey, maybe Eliza was a business kid, and that's the reason why we want to run a bed and breakfast with him. He does the food, I do the business. There is some cross compatibility with this. As an adult, they'll advance more quickly in the business career as well as a salary person career if you have the Sims Force No Way to Escape. So this pack is just jam packed with other features that affect other packs. You can go to your Simology and see which formative moment you had as a kid, which I chose Eliza being a business kid because, hey, you know, we're running a bed and breakfast now and this is all she wants to do, apparently. But all from Bob's little question here. It's 5 p.m. and he is making us dinner, which I'm absolutely grateful for. But we have food for the next 5 years at this point. We have food for the entire neighborhood, and I feel very tempted to give it away because we did a little too much eating. But I don't see how you could simplify this even more unless you were able to crunch down the time even more. You know, maybe I should add some more activities for the guests to do during this time for dinner, which I think what I'll do is just add, you know, maybe we can do some art and music, and we could also, let's see, just, yeah, play cards again, yeah. Let's add some activities for the guests just to see what they're up to, because me and Bob are going to make sure they are fed. It is now about to be 8 p.m. where on this part of the schedule they have free time, which, oh, I was supposed to add in that they go on their hot tub and everything, right? I don't think I added that in there. Use the hot tub, please, and be flirty. Go do that. Let's see what they do now that I changed it up a little bit. We have Eliza serving drinks as she should, but where's everyone else? How come no one's in the hot tub? Perfect. Okay, I see Raheel is going in here. Who else is going to come in the hot tub? Perfect. Okay, so for free time, I had to edit this because apparently I had it all messed up. I don't have a main activity set, so you don't have to have a main activity set, but I did want them to go into the hot tub. So we don't have a main activity, but they are in the hot tub, as I stated, and I think Agora is going to come in here as well, which is really great. And Eliza is doing what we wanted her to, which was serving drinks. I don't know if anyone wants a drink. We're not the best at making drinks, but at least she's behind the bar. And then Bob is about to go to sleep. He's going to sleep too early. Well, his needs are low, so he's still taking care of himself. Are you guys going to get flirty? Because it also says be flirty. They're a bunch of single adults, so let's just see. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they won't. And then we'll see if at 11 p.m. they go to sleep. I'm fast forwarding just because I cannot believe they are still in the hot tub, which is incredible. How are they not raisins? I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing, but the cool thing is we're earning money from this. And I think it's really fun because if you do not have The Sims 4 businesses and hobbies, you get a taste of that here. It is now time to sleep. Adonis just got out. Now he actually flirted with Agora. I guess he was feeling Agora. Now they're going to go to sleep. Again, I don't see how they just got smart all of a sudden. Immediately got out. Raheel went to his bed that I assigned him to. It's really cool that they all do what they're supposed to do. I want to see if our janitor is doing... Yep, our janitor, I believe, was probably cleaning. There's not much to clean. And, oh, we just got a tip. Did our janitor tip us? Did you tip us for working here? I'm confused. Well, he's going to go take a shower. I probably should have had a bed for the janitor. I totally forgot that, he's at the Getaway, so of course he needs a bed. All right, and now it's 4:33 a.m., and I wanted everyone bathing and showering. I cannot say that. Also, I need to point out that you can claim rooms. So if you are on a Getaway, mind you, we're hosting this. So I don't really have to claim a room, but it does restrict other Sims from entering your room. So if I do claim this room, I can claim it But I don't really have to do that because we live here. I can lock it for everyone but household members. But if you were to go to a custom venue and you want to claim your dorm or your, your room, your hotel room, whatever the case may be, your suite, it restricts the other Sims from coming in there. Every time one person comes in, they get really upset. Bob, go. All right, go ahead. Eliza, go. You don't have to take a shower. Bob, go. Okay, see, this is why I don't claim them to be smart, because they're doing this. Y'all can take a shower in here, though. Why are we taking a shower as the host before our guests? And I just noticed one thing, though. As smart as these Sims are, I will say that I only see Dana in her outfit. I don't see the rest of them in their outfits, which, as you can see here, we did edit. Oh, I can't even go back. Let's see, or can I? No, I can't go back to their outfits. But she's wearing the outfit, but the other guests aren't wearing the outfit. Is that because it has to be? Yeah, that's supposed to be the everyday. That's the everyday outfit. I'll figure that out. But this was me basically just showing you how the Getaway works. But I think the actual system is really cool. I wanted to show you that you can earn money from a Getaway. It's still a new system for me too. You best believe I am going to be setting this up in different ways. Oh, I love how they're getting the coffee. Thank you. Yay. Like they're actually eating and getting coffee like I wanted them to. But I think it's super fun. Like I don't think that this is a pack that you can just run through. Even though I'm running through it right now because I'm on limited time, I can't even play The Sims knowing that this exists because I just want to play with this system already. This is just going to replace a lot in the game for me and just make everything even more immersive. I love it. I do love the feature. I do like it. I can't even lie to you. And holy cow, we are going to be jumping all day like a car that cannot start because look how much coffee. Fitness Fest has started. Oh, that's a new festival in The Sims 4 Adventure Awaits, but we don't have to go there. We don't care about any Fitness Fest because we have a Fitness Fest down here. Look, Fitness Fest. We have Fitness Fest at home. I do have a bone to pick with the janitor. Like there is so many things to clean and he's just not cleaning. Like you're not washing dishes. Was I not specific, Dennis? And now our getaway has ended. So we can now cancel the getaway and extend this. Again, it's 565 simoleons a day. 2 nights, that gives me about 1,000 something simoleons. Every time I do this, I'm just going to cancel and end the getaway. Congratulations, the getaway has come to an end. Great job. You completed many of the main activities in this getaway schedule and received the following reward traits. Eliza Pancakes received the Taste Refined trait, and so did Bob. Okay, I'm pressing OK, and we have a loading screen, and we're just back on our lot. Okay, and we're back to business as usual. All right, so that was pretty cool. Still vibing. Eliza feels like a whole new Sim after that getaway, lighter, brighter, and totally reset. Something's changed, and it's not just the mood. Eliza is radiating good vibes. All the negative feelings have vanished, and let's just say the air around her feels suspiciously sparkly, which I think does not correlate with my gameplay at all. We do have to fix the moodlets because, again, this is why I don't like the verbiage of getaway, because this feature is more than a getaway. I don't know, call it Sim schedules. Is that too close to calendar? I don't know, because we were working our butts off at this getaway. We were the host. We didn't relax. We were cooking the whole time. No, literally, I was at the bar and cooking like the entire time. We were serving others. But she's like, oh yeah, I'm just so vibing with it. Like, girl, are you serious? Oh gosh, that is so funny. And so is Bob. He feels the same way. I'm working on myself. This getaway isn't just about relaxing. It's a chance to level up. Whether Bob is learning something new or finding an old skill, every moment spent here is helping him grow into a better version of himself. That would be lovely if I actually went on the vacation getaway thing. But again, like the feature is so much more than that. That is not the getaway feature. I don't like the name of it. I'll throw it out there. It doesn't match because we didn't do that. I think the Sims 4 businesses and hobbies should have been named the Sims 4 businesses. And then this feature is just, it should be called schedules. Schedules. Okay, that's essentially what it is. And then you can make schedules into a this is like a cluster pack. I don't even know. I don't get the theme of this pack. It is very confusing. It seems like we needed a bunch of stuff in game and they were like, boom, let's throw it all in a bag. Here you go. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this and you understand getaways a little bit better. And again, you can start a getaway by just going to travel, plan a fitness retreat, plan a romantic competition, you know, do your thing here. They need to actually go on a getaway because this is just a little too much here. And look, if we do the romantic competition, we already have this set up, so you don't even have to worry about anything. And it's going to be at this little Adam Commune residence, the Love Highland. And ooh, romantic elimination. Love is in the air. And as you can see here, it says cost. This is going to cost 916 simoleons staying here. But you don't get any earnings, okay? Let's go to the getaway. Now, this is a true getaway, a true vacation. I really don't understand what the other thing was. Yeah, I'm here with some other singles. Yeah, what's up? Welcome to your getaway. All right, now this feels like a new experience. Bob, this is giving. If this does not scream midlife crisis. Like, what are you even doing here? Let's just flirt, whatever. Hey, yeah, let's be allies. Wait a minute, wait. Getaways, form an alliance. Oh yeah, there you go. Be friendly with Eliza. Well, in order for some fame, look what you did. This is so funny though, but I do want to peep this lot really quick. I know this video was a little bit of everywhere, but he was itching for a real getaway, not where he's the one actually doing stuff. But this home just looks like Sims 3 and I love it so much. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. We're gonna, oh, you don't want to form an alliance? Okay. If you all really want to see Bob doing this, I don't know, maybe I can stream this, or you let me know how you feel about romantic competition. It's so fun. But I hope you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Just keep simming. Always, always, always stay wavy. And I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.